dividing a number by 7. How will I know if a number is divisible by 7? To do that, I'll first take the last digit of the number, double the last digit, subtract it from the rest of the digits, and the result, if it is multiple of 7, then the whole number is divisible by 7. For example, let's take 203. I want to see whether this number 7 can divide without a remainder. I'll pick this last digit and I'll double it, then I have 6. Now, because I've taken the last digit, I'm left with only 20 as the two remaining digits. Now, I subtract this 6 from the 20. The result will be 14. 14 is a multiple of 7. And for that matter, the whole of this is divisible by 7. That's interesting, right? It looks more complicated, but it's very simple if you practice this. Actually, this normally works when the number is more than 2 digits. Okay, so this is what you do again. For example, if I have 100 and let's say 12. Okay, and I want to see whether this number is divisible by 7. I will take the last digit, that is the 2 here, double it, then I have 4. Now, after taking the 2, I have only 2 digits left, that is 11. Subtract 4 from 11. And you see the answer will be what? 7. And 7 is a multiple of 7, which means 112 is divisible by 7. But there is a trick here. Let's say I take a number like 168, and I want to see whether this number is divisible by 7. If I take the 8 being the last digit, and I double it, I have 16. Now I'm left with 16 after taking the 8 out. And so when I subtract the 16 from this 16, I get 0. And also, because I get 0, this is multiple of, divisible by 7. So sometimes either after taking the double last digit and subtract it from the remaining number, if I get 0 or multiple of 7, then it will prove that the number given is divisible by 7. And so that is a trick that you have to always be careful. So you can either get 0 or not. But if you don't get 0 or multiple of 7, then that number is not divisible by 7. Example. Let's say I have 124, and I want to see whether 124 is divisible by 7. Pick the last digit here, which is 4. When I double it, I get 8. Now, after taking the 4 out, I'm left with the last 2 digits, which is 12. Now, 8 out of 12, or 12 minus 8, will give us 4, right? And 4 is not a multiple of 7, neither is 0. And so here we can say that 124 is not divisible by 7. Now, how do we divide a number by 7? So we want to start with example, let's say 84 divided by 7. I don't want to use calculator, I don't want to use pen and paper or go through long division. I just want to do this mentally. So what I have to do is that with the same approach I use for 2, 3, and 6, I can use the same approach here. I look through this number and I know my multiple of 7 very well. And I can see that if I say 70, which of course I know that 70 divided by 7 is very clear as what? 10, right? And so 70 plus what will give me 84? Okay, 70 plus 14. Knowing very well that 84 is divisible by 7. And so 70 plus 14 is 84. That means I divide 70 by 7, divide 14 by 7. And 70 by 7 is 10. 14 divided by 7 is 2. And so when I add, I have 12. Therefore, 84 divided by 7 is 12. And this trick can also be used for any number divided by 7. Okay, it works so perfectly. What will be the answer for 56 divided by 7? How fast can you do this? Again, we know our multiples of 7. I know 7 times 7, the closest multiple of 7 that I can think of that will be very easy to handle is 49. And I know that 7 times 7 is 49. And that I know very well. Okay, so 49 plus what will give me 56? I hope you can get what I'm trying to do now. So that will be 7, right? Because 7 plus 49 will give me 56. So I can divide it by 7, divide it by 7. 49 divided by 7 is very cool as 7 because I know that multiplication. And so again, 7 divided by 7 also is 1. And so I have 8, which means that 56 divided by 7 will give me 8 as the result. Can you be fast enough to tell me 91 divided by 7 mentally? Okay, here I know multiples of 7 once again, and because of 91, I can get a number as close as 91 as 70, which is very cool to handle. Then I say plus, what will give me 91? 21. And I know my multiplication that 3 times 21, 3 times 7 is 21. So dividing here by 7, dividing here by 7 become very cool. So I have 10 plus 3, and that will give me 13. And so 91 divided by 7 is 13. This is a very cool trick we can use to do a lot of division, both in your objective test or in a real life situation when you are working somewhere and you have to buy an item worth 7 cedis. Okay, and you are supposed to get 13 of them. You know it will give you 91. What if you have 91 Ghana cedis and you purchase an item worth 7 cedis? Okay, and you want to look at how much each costs. Okay, you have 91 Ghana cedis, you pay for an item, and one item worth 7 cedis. How much have you to pay for each? Okay, and that is 91 divided by 7, and that will give you 13 Ghana cedis for each. I mean, some of these things comes your way even as you live your normal life. Now let's take a number like 161 divided by 7. How fast can you get this particular answer? This time around, instead of thinking of 70, I can think of 140 because 140 will be tens. That is very close to 161. So 140 plus what will give us 161? And we know that will give us 21. Dividing here by 7, dividing here by 7 is cool because 7 will divide 14 as 2. And that will give us 20 over here. And so you are going to have 20 plus the 3 for this division. And so 23 becomes your answer. Now try the following on your own to see whether you can master a number divided by 7. You can pause the video and try doing them mentally. And so this is how far we can go with a number divided by 7.